Y muy buenos días, mis estudiantes. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Es tu profe y quiero hablar sobre el tema de possessive adjectives, adjetivos posesivos, showing possession. Yo vi en el examen de proficiencia básica había muchas personas, muchos estudiantes con dificultad en este tema. A lot of people with problems on this part of the test. So quiero explicar una cosa. Siempre, si ustedes tienen su Biblia gramatical, remember, la Biblia gramatical está en mudo at the top, under materiales esenciales, materiales necesarios para la clase. You will see, has all the grammatical components on one of the pages, una de las páginas. So, vamos a empezar. Initially, possessive adjectives, do you recognize when they need to be used? Her car. Our friend, their house. Those are situations with possessive adjectives. And I think oftentimes uno de los problemas is we know the word for like her car. That's great. We know the car is carro. But el problema is we think that we can use the subject pronoun. And that doesn't work. No es aceptable. We do not use subject pronouns. These are showing possessions. Who does it belong to? It's her car. It's not she car. Ella means she. So we don't need a subject pronoun. You have to recognize la diferencia. When there is possession being shown, someone's owning something, it's got to be a possessive adjective. Do we know the possessive adjectives? As always, como siempre, can we think in two columns of three? Everything gramaticalmente is two columns of three. Do you understand what first person plural means? That's right here. I'm sorry, I've got these backwards. Muy bien, vamos a cambiar. Esto es singular, lo siento. Y esto es plural. Now, first person plural is here in the top left. Middle left is the second person singular. Tercera persona singular is where this and this come together. Do you understand the way I describe things? Primera persona plural, first person plural, as a subject pronoun would be nosotros, right? Here we don't care about the vosotros. And then we have the third person plural, right? Third person plural is un diagonal. Let's write down what the possessive adjectives are. Do we know? Singular, plural, uno, dos, tres. Well, this is a little bit interesting. We have me with a dot, not an accent, and mis. Two without an accent, and tus. It's not with an accent. That's you, familiar singular. That's a subject pronoun, not a possessive adjective. Su and sus. And then actually the third person plural is the exact same. Eliminamos vosotros. And then we're into the only gender-specific possessive adjective, and we always write it like this: nuestro, followed by a, followed by os, followed by as. It could be any of these four forms. It's gender and number specific. The other ones are just number specific: singular plural, singular plural, singular plural, singular plural. But this is not only singularity plural, but masculina y femenina. So hay cuatro posibilidades. You should have to memorize these. There's no other way. You've got to know how many things do you know in two columns of three. Por ejemplo, just to step aside for a minute, if you had to do your present tense AR endings, can you go o, as, a, amos, an? And for ER, and just in the interest of time, o, es, a, amos, ain. And for I, would you have o, es, a, imos, ain, presente del indicativo, predito, AR, right? You'd be able to go aste, o, amos, aron. En verbos ere y del pretérito, ¿no? Y con acento, iste con punto, io, acento encima de letra O, on top of the O, imos con un punto, y hierro. And how about our direct object pronouns? me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. And finally, how about I-O? Me, te, le, nos, les. You should have all those memorized. And if we go possessive adjectives, una vez más, singular, plural, uno, dos, tres. Mi, mis, tú, tus, sin acento, su, sus, and then nuestro, O-S-A, A-S-A, and then su y sus. If you know them, now let's try how to use them. This is a dot, no es un acento. Ejemplo. Let's start with a basic one. Her car. Well, again, car is carro. But the possessive adjective is dependent upon what's possessed. This is singular. So you can only have a singular possessive adjective. Her is going to be in the bottom left, right? So what's the singular third person possessive adjective? If you go back to your list or like Biblia Gramatical, it can only be su. Su carro. If it was her cars, let's change that. Now what's possessed is plural, so the only correct answer would be sus carros. Otro, my bicycles. Okay. What's possessed is plural. So I know the only answer that will fit as a possessive adjective is a plural possessive adjective. Let's put the noun, bicicletas. And now where is my? That's a first person singular, right? That's top left. And what's the singular possessive adjective? I'm sorry, plural possessive adjective, because what's down here is plural, would be mis bicicletas, con un punto. Let's try. Let's go to your, and let's make it familiar, familiar, singular, books. Let's make it book, singular. Now we know that a book is singular, el libro, but what possessive adjective are we going to use? First of all, it cannot be a plural one. It has to be singular, so we can eliminate so many posibilidades. All right, let's look at our board. Your familiar singular, where would it be on our 2 columns of 3? It's going to be this one. So the answer is 2 without an accent. If you put 2 with an accent, that equals you, familiar singular. We're not saying you book, we're saying your book. So the only right answer is tu libro. If it was going to be your books and add an S here, you'd have to add an S here and an S here. You always have to show agreement in number. ¿Qué más? Let's go to otro. Let's try one that's, how about your formal singular? How about that? House. Well, we know house is singular. That's casa. So I know my possessive adjective will be singular. That's guaranteed. But what is the possessive adjective for your formal singular? Well, remember, in our 2 column 3, the your formal singular, let's go if it were you formal singular, that would be usted, so that would be bottom left. So we have to choose the possessive adjective with this bottom left and singular, and the only answer that fits is su casa. It can never be sus casa or tu casa. It doesn't fit. It has to be in the right spot always in this 2 columns of 3. Let's put an X there. Let's try otro. What if it was going to be one that's the only gender specific? What if it was our chairs? And the word for chair is la silla. But we didn't say chair, we said chairs. So what we need is sillas. Now what's the number of sillas? It's plural and also feminine. So you need the plural feminine, first person plural possessive adjective. So what possessive adjective? I know as a starting point you'd choose nuestro, but nuestro is singular masculino. And you need plural femenina, so the only one that fits is nuestras sillas. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea. You better know the board, right? You better be able to draw out mi, mis, tu. That's not an accent. Por favor. Tu, tus, su, sus, nuestro. Can you put the four forms and why they're there? And always choose the right one. Skip the vosotros, and then this is su and sus. You better be able to know all of these and be able to plug them in, because you know those will be ejemplos. Y es el fin por ahora.